Here's one. I got one. It's a beautiful, beautiful creature actually, because it's got these lovely legs with these leaf-like flaps on the side. It's called a leaf-footed bug sometimes. Now, this is the point. If I were a bird, a young, inexperienced bird, and I think, a leaf-footed bug, let's have a go, I would pick it in my mouth like this. It would let out this awful taste, and as a bird, I would, this is awful. As a bird, I'd learned my lesson. I would never, ever do that again.
Stink bugs get stinky and horribly tasting by feeding on plant juices and using the toxins in the juice to manufacture bad smells and tastes. They do it to keep predators away.
Oh, this is a big one. That is a good one. I'm going to try that one too. Oh, pretty good pong. I wonder what it tastes like. Look at it. Beautiful, though. This is not a good idea. Stupid. Bah! Go away. Get back.
If you don't believe me when I say that stink bugs really smell, that these cute little bugs can make you gag, well, here's an independent panel of sniffers that you might believe.
It is a stink bug.
Smells are bad, but they're not dangerous. Now, the next bug has a hot solution to help escape predators. In nature, predators usually win. So, how can a defenseless creature beat a hungry predator? Answer: with a nasty surprise.
Sometimes the best form of defense is attack, or rather confusion. And when you're a small bug in a big, big forest, the more time you can buy yourself by scaring your opponent or your predator, the more time you have to get away. Meet the bombardier beetle.
Bombardier beetles are the nutty professors of the bug world. They create explosive reactions by combining chemicals inside their bodies. And if you're on the wrong end of that chemical explosion, then these guys are bad. But how bad? World bombardier expert Tom Eisner should know.
No, I haven't actually.
You've never seen one blast?
No.
Let's do it. Now, what I'm going to make believe is that I'm an ant.
Oh, you are?
And I'm going to just bite him gently in the leg.
Oh. Where? Which side?
The left front leg.
Left front side. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh! Gee, oh, look at that. And it's squirted in your direction.
He's the best marksman in the world.
Wow! Look at it. It didn't miss a degree.
Okay, watch the other leg.
Okay, the other leg. Okay.
You take the middle legs from the other side.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep. Oh, yeah! Oh!
Put on your goggles here, the forceps.
Now? Okay.
You just pinch him very gently. It doesn't take very much.
Yeah, here we go.
Try the left hind leg.
Yes, I'll try the left hind leg. Okay.
It works.
Sensational.
And imagine he can do this for about 30 times.
Ooh, that's a pretty good national average.
It's a good national average, and he's not forced to expand his supply because after he fires, he's coated with this stuff.
The bombardier beetle is a walking zap gun. It's quick on the draw, can fire in any direction, and it's guaranteed to put off the biggest predator.
That was a thanks, Tom.
Well,
that was a random one.
Really
you got you straight in the nostrils.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
That's this is what it's all about. This is the master blaster.
No, beetle, these are visitors. Behave yourself. It's quite remarkable. You know, the mechanism is not unlike the one that the Germans put in the V-1 rocket in World War II. It's also a system where chemicals are mixed from 2 chambers.
So to avoid getting zapped themselves, bombardier beetles keep 2 chemicals apart in 2 chambers and only mix them to blast an enemy with their boiling hot, smelly gunk.
This is concentrated hydrogen peroxide. It is exactly the same material that is fabricated inside the abdomen of the bombardier beetle. Can you imagine it? It's rocket fuel. That's what they set these rockets up in the sky with. And I'm going to mimic exactly what happens inside the bombardier beetle. This is it. Look at it. First, a bit of peroxide. Here we go. To this, we're going to add something that reacts with it. There it is.
It's a catalyst to set off the explosion.
Now, I'd like you to meet myself here, standing just like that. And if this is the bombardier beetle, we're scaling everything up to my size. That's what we're trying to do here. Watch what happens. Holy moly! We got him, we got him, we got him, yay!
The search for the baddest bugs in the world brings me back to Latin America and the busy shipping highway, the Panama Canal. I'm Ruud Kleinpost and I'm searching for a bug that is the terror of the rainforest. A fierce predator that devours over 2 pounds of bugs and other small creatures every day.
Here we are. Missed. Hang on, get one. Got one. This is what I'm looking for. This is what we call an army ant. Small, insignificant, yes. It bites. No, it stings. Yeah, it does both. Small and insignificant, perhaps. But it's part of a much larger community. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of creatures. This is only a tiny weeny column here. But if I'm going on, I'm sure I'll find a bigger trail than that. Isn't it amazing? God, they found me all right. Look, straight through my pants, there. But stinging, and it hurts. They all sting, and the interesting thing is they're all blind, but somehow they find me all right. Here we go. Bye-bye.
Army ant colonies are so perfectly organized that they are sometimes called vast superbugs. And I'm heading towards this one's heart.
Oh. The trail is over there. I have the feeling I'm close to the nest because they're getting really wide, the trails, and it's like a highway. So they're split up a bit further up. The food is going that way, so I must be close to the bivouac. Really exciting stuff. Come on. Oh, yeah. That's where they are. Ooh, look at it. This is the bivouac. It is not a structure as such. It's not a nest. It is basically a hell of a lot of ants all holding hands together, forming their own nest. It's a bit like having a whole family of human beings all holding hands together and forming a house, or other human beings walking inside on the staircase, going upstairs, going to the fridge, you know, find mum, find the kids. And there they are. This is, I would say, a medium-sized nest, 700,000 individuals, something like that. This bivouac is part of a nomadic phase. What I'm trying to say is that these ants are actually on the move.
The workers move their camp or bivouac every day. As they take the queen and thousands of helpless larvae and pupae to a new feeding location, big, well-armed soldiers guard them. During the nomadic phase, the colony is a bit like a ravenous beast. Its appetite is insatiable. Lizards, birds, even snakes fall prey to this rampaging superbug.
You know what I reckon is going to be fun? Going to the front of the column. That is the swarm. That's where the action is. That's that battlefield.
The swarm will move out in a new direction every day. There are no scouts, and because they're all blind, they follow a pheromone or scent trail laid down by the workers. Army ants sometimes enter our world, and when they do, you can clearly see how totally organized they are. It's like traffic on a freeway, except there's no accidents and no traffic jams.
Now, this is something you don't see every day. Army ants invading homes, which are close to the jungle. Now, the locals don't mind that too much because the army ants perform a gratis service of pest control. They're taking away all the vermin, all the insects that they don't want in their pantries, in their kitchens, in their bedrooms.
Workers are voracious. When they detect prey, they become like a pack of tiny wolves. But the colony concentrates most of its killing power at the front of the swarm. This is like the mouth of a fierce predator.
I'm literally at the front of the column. This is where the swarm is. And look at them, they're everywhere. They're big columns over there. Huge numbers. And the funny thing is, they really don't make tracks as such. They literally swarm all over the place.
At the leading edge, ants push forward. They lay pheromone for others and then retreat. Any prey is heavily marked with pheromone and swarmed by those that follow. If the kill is too big to move, they cut it up and hundreds of ants each carry a piece back along the feeder column to the bivouac. Now, if the front of the swarm is like the mouth of a fierce predator, I could easily become its next meal.
Ow! 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 Don't do that! Oi! Stop! I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. Oh, no!
Army ants hurt, but next an ant that can really hurt. It has the most painful sting in the animal kingdom. The good news is this bug lives in Central American forest treetops, and so I get a ride in a crane. The bad news is that it has a really painful sting, and I've agreed to experience it. To forget that I'm about to get a bad sting, I'm really trying hard to enjoy the view up here.
You can imagine that the canopy of forests like this have not been studied much in the past because there's no way really of getting there. But once you get there, boy, there's stuff everywhere. Entomologists dream. Every tree you see here is different. I mean, there's a home for everybody here, literally. And there's ants. There's ants even at this elevation. Where's my bullet ant?
I'm going to be stung by a bullet ant. They live in colonies at the base of trees, but mainly feed on flowers and nectar high up in the treetops. Bullet ants are blind. They use their antennae as walking sticks as they move about up here. And that's why they have a sting that causes such incredible pain.
The only disadvantage of living up here is you're in the public eye. The stakes are really high here. All insects want to feed here, and the predators know that because they go and hunt for their favorite prey. And if you are a big insect like a bullet ant, you really want to arm yourself so that those predators don't stand a chance.
Worker ants travel alone. Nothing will mess with you when you've got a major sting at the tip of your abdomen. They say that being stung by a bullet ant feels like being shot. And I'm about to find out.
Un poco! Gracias, gracias, gracias. Oh, there's heaps of ants here, but it's the wrong size. Look at them. Whoa! They describe this ant, the pain of this ant, as if your hand is being slammed in a car door for a couple of hours. Yeah.
So why am I doing it? Well, the world's stinging insects, bees, wasps and ants, are all bluffers. It's a painful bluff, mind you, but a sting is simply their trick to make us think that we are suffering major injury. They really just want us to go away. Now, even a bullet ant sting is nothing more than a painful sting.
Got it. Nearly got it. Come on. Yeah! I think I got one. Now I'm going to take that ant and see what it's really made of. Here we go. This is the bullet ant I got up in the canopy. And I'm going to bite the bullets. I'm going to see if it's really all it's cracked up to be. Come on, mate, down you go. I don't want you out there yet. I'll put it on my arm here. Ah, he got me. Get out, get the sting out. Come on, off you go. Please, get off me. He keeps going. Hang on. Ow. Ah, come here. And I'll catch you anyway. Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to take... You can see how my watch is getting really... See how it's swelling up here on either side of my watch? I'm going to take it off because it's not doing anything for me. You can see that? They call it the 24-hour ant. And that means that they reckon that 24 hours the pain will subside. It's like slowly creeping through my arm now. It's starting to move. It's now moving towards my hand. The pain is moving further up my arm. And it took, what, 20 minutes? Boy, this is something I will never ever forget. Never ever. We're an hour after the sting occurred. The pain is absolutely not subsided. It's like a hot needle in and down on either side. It started to really rain heavily. It's got really dark. It's almost like midnight. And I think it's time to retire to the comfort of my hotel, where there might be some ice, which would be good. Boy, this is sore. Still, it doesn't go away. It keeps going. It's about 6 hours after the sting, and it just doesn't let up. It's really painful. It's not getting much better, really. It's just like swollen, sore from here to there. My arm is, when I don't move it, it's totally numb. It's thick and you cannot move much. It's very thick and fat inside. Doesn't really hurt much until you start moving it, then it starts to hurt again. Morning. Just had a few hours sleep, which is nice actually. And we're 16 hours on after the sting. And good news is I can wear my watch. The swelling has gone down. The pain is basically back to the aftermath numbness of a big bee sting. And that means that I'm on the road to recovery. I think I shall live. I learned a lesson. I really did. Don't mess with bullet ants. They pack a punch.
My search for the baddest bugs takes me deep into the Arizona desert. This is Scorpion HQ.
Here are two toughies, two scorpions, and both are from the desert. Now, one of these is a killer. It can floor and kill human beings. And the other one is almost harmless. Can you guess which one? No? I'll show you. This one. Ah! This one is the harmless one. Oh yes, it just got me. Absolutely got me, and it draws blood. But the venom is not half as bad as that of a bee. She's so strong that she would rarely use her sting for catching prey. She would use it only really in the last possible defense, if somebody is hassling her or if she feels really threatened. A little bit like this, look. See, there it goes. Ah, yeah, she's pushing, she's nudging. Look at that. And the funny thing is, it doesn't even hurt. Now, the other one, that's the nasty one. And there's a very good reason for it.
The bark scorpion hunts out on tree trunks and rocks where it can be seen and is vulnerable to attack, just like the bullet ant. So it uses venom not only to catch prey, but also for defense against predators. My TV crew has rigged another surprise for me. I'm not sure what a walk on the beach will teach me about bark scorpion stings, but I'm sure I'll find out.
For this simple demonstration about the bark scorpion, I was asked to walk past that girl on the beach there. How easy can that be? Steve! Yeah, what is that? It's so small. And oh, there's a cattle prod. Look, that's what, 10,000 volts or something. Shall I get you go? Good grief. Oh, not fair. Shows you, though, if you're small in stature and you got something that is really worthwhile as a tool, you can floor anybody.
The little bark scorpion's powerful punch is a neurotoxin venom that has killed hundreds of people in Mexico and the US. But some scorpions can decide how bad they want to be. Some have two kinds of venom. One just causes pain, but if the threat continues, they will turn on their deadly venom. As our towns move into deserts, we meet more scorpions and another bug that likes to join us in the bathroom. As American settlers moved west, built homes on the prairie and in deserts, the deadly black widow moved in with them. It had a fatal attraction to the smallest room around the house, the outhouse.
The relationship between man and bugs has never been, shall we say, a comfortable one. And especially the black widow spiders left a trail of victims and destruction. Oh, what a top spot for a spider to hang out. It's got everything a decent black widow would want. Now, for these spiders, outdoor toilets were merely the beginning of their long association with humans. I reckon they went a couple of steps further and are now saying, modern cities and urban habitats, bring it on.
Many towns and cities have now spread across a lot of black widow territory, and that spells danger for us. In the last 25 years, there have been numerous black widow spider bites reported, but thankfully only 4 confirmed deaths. It's the female of the species who's the bad bug, and I'm keen to meet the lady up close.
This is what I call a prime piece of real estate. There she is in an old clay pot, nice and sheltered, big web, and of course in an area with a lot of rubbish, a lot of other insects, a lot of flies, a lot of food. She sits in the back of the pot, waiting. The web is right out here. And in the web there's some other little bits and pieces. There's some food hanging in suspended animation right here, little fly, covered with silk. Now, we all know that they're venomous. But the reason they use their venom is very, very simple. You see, spiders haven't invented fridges yet. So when they catch prey, they want to keep it as fresh as possible if they don't want to feed on it yet. So what do is you wrap it up into silk, you give it a little bite of venom, a little bit of poison, so that you just don't kill your prey, and it stays okay in the web for 4 or 5 days.
Perhaps black widows are super venomous because they are small and vulnerable, just like bullet ants and bark scorpions. But the good news is that, like all spiders, they really don't want to bite us.
Now, black widows are normally not very aggressive at all, but you've got to be very careful. They are venomous, and don't try this at home. But when you get a spider like this that falls onto your hand or bungees onto your hand, don't pick it up, put it back just like that, and put it back where she belongs, and she will leave you alone.
Mother black widow lays several egg clusters in a season. But newly hatched black widow spiderlings have a clever way of going new places and meeting new people. They climb up to a windy site, make a long piece of silk, and use it like a parachute to take to the skies. It's called ballooning. They can blow for miles and miles, and wherever they land, be it a forest, an office building, or your backyard, that will be the widow's new home. A black widow spider isn't really as bad as its reputation, but next, the most deadly spider in the world.
Look at this, a bustling metropolis with lots of activity and heaps of people. 4 million, in fact.
because this is Sydney, Australia. Now let's take a step back in time 300 years. Ah, that's better. Clean, pristine, undisturbed bush. Now it was in this particular area, perhaps only a couple of dozen square miles in size, that there once lived a very unique species of spider. A funnel-web spider. On warm summer evenings, male funnel-webs would come out of their silk-lined nests and go wandering through the bush looking for a mate. Their journeys could take them miles from home. And that's the way life was for perhaps millions of years. And then, 200 years ago, the city of Sydney was built right on top of funnel-web spiders' home territory. So what did these spiders do? Well, nothing. The males keep on wandering, just like they always did. Now known as the Sydney funnel-web, the suburbs are their new bush. And if their romantic journey should take them near a house, they are likely to come in. Trouble is, they're probably the most venomous spiders on the planet. When cornered, they can be really aggressive, and 13 people have been killed in the Sydney area, but none since antivenin was discovered in 1981, even though 30 to 40 people are bitten each year. They normally eat beetles and cockroaches, so it's actually quite a mystery why the venom of male funnel-webs is so poisonous to humans and other primates. I've caught one in the act, here in the old garage, walking around. Can't stay here, mate. Some of them are more aggressive than others. If they rear up, you know they mean business. You have to be very careful with puffs of wind. This is rearing behavior. Universal language. For danger, stay out of my way. I'm gonna try something here. I've got a theory that a spider just doesn't bite the ground that it's walking on. It's got to have a good reason to be aggressive, to attack, if it's under attack itself. I'm gonna try and let it walk over my hand. I think. This, believe it or not, is not an act of foolishness. Oh, look at that. I've handled bugs, good and bad, for over 20 years. I know when it is safe. And I know that venom is precious to a spider. They don't want to waste a drop. And they will only attack when threatened. Oh, that was close. God, I don't believe I did that. But please, if you live in Sydney or anywhere there are venomous spiders, don't you try this. My journey to find the baddest bugs enters a swamp. This could be anywhere in the tropics. I'm Ruud Kleinfaster, and I'm on the trail of a bug that's so unbelievably bad it can be linked to the deaths of millions of humans in the last 1,000 years. I think I can hear something. Hasn't found me yet. These bad bugs love to feed on us, and they can find us from a long way off by smell. Of course, I'm talking about mosquitoes. And these ones are in a laboratory where researchers use a special machine to study what kind of smells mosquitoes are most attracted to. This is how it works. Lots of mosquitoes in these containers and some pipes and tubes in which you can put an attractant, and then you can measure the response. Number one, I know breath attracts them, carbon dioxide. I've got a sachet of artificial carbon dioxide here, which I'm going to put in this chamber. Oopsie-daisy, here you are. See what happens. And there they go, straight for the carbon dioxide. It really turns them on. If I would go and breathe a bit more, they would even like that better. So, breath. This is another one. I'll put my hand in here, open that one up.
This shows you that the chemicals on my hand, the sweat and the body odors, are also a very good stimulant for those female mosquitoes to grab me, to get hold of me. But I've got something else. I've got the odor of all odors. I haven't washed those for a couple of days, so hope it's not going to kill them. No, it doesn't. They're actually... They really like this stuff. Isn't that amazing? It's like Swiss cheese to a mosquito. Big foot odor, big sweat.
Only female mosquitoes come after us. They want a protein in our blood to help develop their eggs. They find us first by locking on the carbon dioxide in our breath. They can detect us from over 100 feet away. When they get closer, they smell our skin. Mosquitoes react to over 300 different skin chemicals.
And look, there they are. They're going straight for my fingers. These mosquitoes can take 4 times their own body weight of my blood. That means that they become 4 times heavier than they are when they started. And that means that their abdomens really have to stretch and let in more and more blood. And if you look really carefully, you can see that they eject water with little droplets from their abdomen just to make room for a bit more blood. They really want as much protein as they can get.
Different mosquitoes have favorite animal hosts. These striped Aedes aegypti love human blood. They live in the tropics and like to live in our houses. Problem is, each one is a potentially loaded gun full of nasty disease. So, am I in danger? Thankfully not from these little ladies. They are laboratory bred and disease-free.
But you can imagine that if these would have things like yellow fever or dengue inside them, I would be a sitting duck.
Aedes mosquitoes spread yellow fever and dengue fever by sucking up disease from the blood of an infected person and passing it on to others. The disease multiplies in a new host, rupturing red blood cells and causing severe fever. Fever that affects millions and kills thousands of people each year. Next, a bug that wants to hurt us in a big way. The baddest bugs in this show were bred in Brazil in the 1950s. They escaped and reached the US in 1990, and they're spreading fast. They're Africanized honeybees, or killer bees. They look just like normal honeybees, but they are super aggressive in defense of their queen. If an intruder comes near, thousands of bees will attack and give chase for over a mile. Hundreds of people have been killed by this modern bad bug.
You generally don't mess around with killer bees, I was told. And it means full suit and great care.
I'm in Arizona, and killer bee expert Justin Schmidt is taking me to a killer bee nest. We must be careful. Even a noise or vibration could cause an attack. And when killer bees attack, most of the hive will swarm. And I don't want that. And Justin doesn't either.
There it is, up there, the killer bee colony. The less people, the better.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wish you good luck. Bon voyage.
Oh, thank you. I'll need it. I'll be very careful. See ya. Just be careful. Be careful. There's a huge nest of killer bees there. And you can hear them buzz from right here. Now, I don't want to disturb them, because when they're disturbed, they attack. When they attack, they sting. And when they sting, they die, and I don't want that to happen. But I've got to be very, very quiet and very careful. But what would be nice is to have a look inside the nest and to see how they react. Don't forget I'm downwind from them. And I'm going to put this little camera inside and see what I can find.
Oh boy, guard bees. Oh, amazing. They haven't seen me yet. Oh, it's sensational. This has never been done before. Oh, look, they're investigating the camera now. Wonderful. Oh, God, the noise. Whoa, whoa, here they come. I've got to get out, folks. I've got to get out. No, this is not safe. I've got to get out. I'm on. I'm moving. Better get out. It's a bit safer here, but I think I'll come back tonight. I reckon it's a lot safer in the dark. When I approach the nest at night, I expect the bees to be at rest, but they're not. They are still aggressive after my earlier visit. As I approach, they approach me, on foot. They climb my boots and my legs. It's amazing. Even though this is night, they are still alert, still super aggressive. They start stinging. It's time to get out of here. But there will be no escape from the killer bees tomorrow morning. My journey to find the world's baddest bugs ends here, today in the Arizona desert. I didn't sleep last night. I kept thinking about the crazy thing I've agreed to do.
Not too sure about this. It's hot already. I hope the bees like the warmth. In there, I think.
Really am nervous. You'd be too if you were about to have thousands of killer bees put on you without any protective clothing.
Exciting day.
This must be my torturer, entomologist Norm Geary.
You well?
Hi, Norm. Yeah, we're going to have some excitement here.
I have no idea what's going to happen, so tell me, what do I do?
The first thing you do is not panic. No matter what happens, don't panic, because that's bad.
Okay, so I relax.
You relax totally.
As much as I can.
As much, yeah.
Yeah.
How can anyone relax with 50,000 bees on their face, eh?
How many?
Well, at least 50,000 bees are here today. And we hope they're all in a good mood. They'll sting a lot, so we'll
He
really
puts
give you
repellent
good
around
care.
my eyes. My sleeves and cuffs are taped to prevent bees getting into my clothing and stinging me. Norm Geary is a bee expert and has worked a lot with killer bees, but what we are planning is very risky.
This is a...
Hey, listen, I mean, hang on. Is this it?
That's it, Rude. It's not beautiful, but it's functional. This is a small vial of liquid. It's a pheromone complex, actually. Many pheromones, bee pheromones combined together. So you can already see the bees are showing interest in it even before I open the vial.
Yes.
So in order to attract the bees to you and get them to cluster on you, we're going to place little droplets of this wherever we want the bees to come. Wow, they're really responding. Just little droplets here and there.
The pheromone is the key to what we are going to do. It's the same chemical that a queen produces when she flies from an overcrowded hive to encourage workers to follow her. That's why they will come to me. And that's why I'm doing this. To prove the power of the pheromone. I trust that it will communicate to these killer bees that they should not attack me.
Just to be on the safe side, I have a fistful of medications here.
Okay.
Most anything for any purpose, and we'll take good care of you if you get stung.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's if I go absolutely out.
All right, are we ready?
I'm ready, mate. Yeah.
Very good.
Ready? Ready? What am I doing here?
Once a few bees are in position, then they're quite attracted to the other bees. So this is going to build up now, and it's going to alarm you. There's no question about it.
What's even more alarming is what Norm says next.
This is the first time I've ever used Africanized so-called killer bees on a person.
As the bees go on, I start to panic. 500 stings will kill me, and there must be close to 500 on me already. But I must have confidence in Norm, and confidence in the bees. I have to believe they only attack if they have a queen or a hive to defend. And today, I'm their queen.
If you get stung, I want you to let me know right away. If you can't,
I will.
If you can't say anything with your mouth because you're covered, just go like that. When I first did this, I was
A sting
terrified.
is
and
what
I
I'm
didn't
most
have
afraid of.
bees in me. I had
If one killer bee stings, it will release a sting pheromone. That's the signal for a mass attack.
It is bizarre. It is a weird sensation. It is frightening as hell. It is really frightening because you feel that they're all going for you, which is what they do. Which is what they do, isn't it, Norm? They go for me.
They're going for you because you smell like a queen bee. See, that's why. Yeah.
The biggest queen in town. Gosh.
It's hard to scoop the residual bees. I'm going to fling them in the air, downwind from you, and they will smell their way up and come and join the other bees. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
How many more do you have?
Well, I would
Gosh.
say maybe you have 30% of the... I can go ahead and release the others quickly. And
Can I put my arms down?
Oh, yes. Just
Okay.
keep them down.
Okay.
As long as they're...
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
getting tense.
Just relax.
As Norm releases the bees, they come flying onto me at great speed. It's like riding a motorbike through a swarm. I'm getting really tired.
At this point, you should start feeling a lot of weight.
Yes, I can feel weight.
The bees are heavy, about 3,000, 4,000 bees per pound.
Yes.
And you have at least a half pound on your hat alone.
Yeah. I can hear them so close up that they feel as if they're living in my ears. And it's like deafening. I cannot hear anything that you're saying. You have to shout. I have to learn to relax and look up straight. I can't see a thing. The bees are shading my eyes. Can you see that? I can hardly see a thing now. It's awful.
Under the weight of 50,000 bees, I'm feeling totally isolated. I'm starting to panic again. I want this to end. Now, please.
Rude, I thought you might like to see how you appear in the mirror, so
Oh no.
take a look.
Oh, you're joking. Oh no, look at this. Oh, this is amazing. This is what you call ultimate trust in insects. They're not out to kill us. That's not what they're about. They're about to defend their honey because we always steal it. And I reckon this is the most powerful way of finding that out.
Okay, Rude, it's time to get these bees off. A little bit on your cheek here, huh? To start with. Whoops. I'm sorry, it's my fault.
I'm stung! I'm stung! Will they attack? Thank God they stay calm. I can't believe
Do that one more time. Take a breath
done
and
it.
hold it.
But don't you do any of the things you've seen me do on this show. You have to be an expert to face up to the world's baddest bugs. An expert and a little bit crazy.
You are essentially free of bees, my good man.
Wow.
And you got 2 stings.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but you know, it could have been 50,000
Yeah, I know.
under other circumstances.
I've never done anything like this in my life, and I feel that I put my trust in the bees and what I know about them and entered their world. And I tell you what, you are constantly aware if you make one such thing as wrong move, your history. Oops, that's it. You got to play their game. What a stunt to finish on. But we've done it. Yeah, we've done it. Oh, you did! Oh, God. Yes, fine. Whoa. Okay, I'd like another one. Yeah!